Hello, my name is Manuel, and in today's lesson, I'm going to give you all the important information and tips that you will need to be successful in your IELTS listening test. But before we dive in, let me tell you about the IELTS listening test format. It is essential to know that there is only one type of IELTS listening test, whether you are taking the IELTS Academic or the IELTS General. All IELTS students take the same listening test on the examination day. Now, the IELTS listening test consists of 4 sections with 40 questions in total, and you have about 30 minutes to complete it. The first section features 2 speakers talking about what? A social or everyday situation. They are talking about something that is generally relatable, and so it is quite easy to understand. For example, 2 people talking about a restaurant booking. The second section features just 1 speaker talking about a social or everyday situation also. An example is a tour guide talking about a historic building or a resort. The third section features about 2 to 4 speakers talking about an academic topic, while the fourth section features just 1 speaker giving an academic lecture, and it is the most difficult section in the listening test. You need to take note of that. Now that you know the test format, I am going to share with you the strategies that have helped countless people ace the IELTS listening test. Whether you're from Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia, or anywhere else in West Africa, these tips will definitely work for you. So now, let's break it down into 4 key areas. Number 1 is this: familiarize yourself with accents. The IELTS uses various English accents. Start listening to podcasts, news, and YouTube videos from different English-speaking countries. Number 2, improve your note-taking skills. You will need to listen and write at the same time. Practice this skill daily. Number 3, master the question types. From multiple choice to fill in the gap, know what to expect. Number 4, listen with intent. Don't just listen to hear the answer, rather listen to understand and assume you are part of the conversation. That way, you won't get distracted during the listening test. Having listed the 4 key areas you need to pay attention to, it's time to discuss each one of them in detail. But first, let me ask you this: what's your biggest challenge with the listening test? Drop a comment below and we can tackle them in the next video. Now, let's start with accents. In West Africa, we are used to our own unique flavor of English, but the IELTS will throw British, American, Australian, and other accents at you, which can be challenging. To get comfortable with these accents, listen to a mix of English media, podcasts, news, TV shows from different regions. Go on YouTube and listen to different newscasters, tour guides, and academic speech from different regions. You can play with the speed and start listening with a speed of 0.5, and you are comfortable with that speed. Proceed to speed 0.75 and so on till you get very comfortable understanding each accent at various speeds. Next up is effective note taking. It's all about jotting down key points quickly without getting distracted. Use abbreviations and symbols to save time. Ensure to take the notes of names, dates, and numbers in your jottings. This is important because for the paper-based test, you are allowed to write down your answers directly on the question paper. Afterwards, you are given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheets. The next point is master the question type. You have to understand the question type so you can prepare accordingly. The IELTS listening question types are multiple choice, map completion, diagram labeling, form completion, note completion, flowchart completion, sentence completion, summary completion, short answers, questions, and table completion. And lastly, listen with intent. One common challenge most people have when it comes to listening is distraction. While listening, your mind tends to wander, and when this happens, they miss the questions. The solution to this is simple. First, read the questions ahead before the tape starts to play. They will give you time for this. Second, imagine yourself being in that conversation and understand the role you are playing in it. For example, a conversation between a customer and a receptionist talking about booking a hotel room. And the question type associated with it is a form, which is filling the gap. And you are seeing things like name, address, phone number. Automatically, you should know that in that conversation, you are playing the role of a receptionist. Lastly, in listening, the more you practice, the better you become. So friends, if you found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell Drop your questions in the comment section and we can tackle that in the next video. Until then, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. You've got this.